Hi there. What I want to do with this video, with this recording, is to demonstrate Filing System Project Part 1 of 2. So let's go over here to the left side of my screen, and I'm in the CPT 101 folder, our course, and I'm going to go under the Assignments tab. And we have 2 assignments in our Assignments tab this semester, both of which are the Filing System Project, Part 1, and later we'll do Part 2. So I'm going to click into Filing System Project, Part 1 of 2. It opens up that assignment for me. There are some instructions here. Please read those because they give you the name that you will use to label the document you're going to create that you will eventually upload it back into this Dropbox, into this window, so it can be scored. So, but then I'm going to open my instructions, which are down here closer to the bottom. It's a PDF file. When I click on it, the PDF file docks here in the lower left-hand corner. So I'll click on that, and then here are my instructions. Now, these are detailed instructions of this project. Please read them because they give you step-by-step instructions. I'm just going to do a skim over to show you how to create it, but I'm not going to give you any of the real details and meat of the issue of getting into your computer and finding the places. But use these instructions because they also tell you exactly what we expect to see once you submit something and how it will be scored, against what criteria it will be scored by. So I've got instructions. I'm going to go down to page 6, I think. There's 4, maybe it's page 5. Yeah, page 5, because I have the list of the folders that I want to create. I just want to set that up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create one primary folder, and I'm going to label it CPT 101 with my first initial and my last name. That's going to be a first level or the primary folder. What I'm then going to do is inside that primary folder, I'm going to create 11 subfolders. We call those second level or subfolders. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to type what's in red when you create these folders. Don't worry about the first level or the second level. Those do not need to be on your folder level labels as you're typing them. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go down here to my taskbar at the bottom of my computer, and I'm going to click on, let me float over first, the icon that looks like the file folder standing up on edge. When I float over it, it says File Explorer. I'll click there, and my File Explorer opens, and you can see it over here on the right-hand side of my monitor now. Now, what you're seeing is the entire filing cabinet that is on your system, to include any external devices that you already have connected. If you look over here in the left window pane, this is the left window pane, this is the right window pane. If you look over here in the left window pane, I can see, first I've got something that says quick access. These are the things that I've used most recently. I can close that, but I'm going to see down here under this PC, I'm going to see any folders that have already been created, were created by default. And I can see anything else that's added to my computer. What I want to do for this project is I want to click into Documents. Now I'm going to click on the arrow next to the left of Documents, and what I'm going to see in that folder is it opens up, and I can see every folder that I've already created in my Documents folder. This is the folder into which we're going to create our one primary folder, CPT 101, first initial, last name. In the right window pane, I'm still seeing what's on my hard drive, and I can begin to see some files. you do not see files in the left window pane. The only thing you see are folders and other drives. In the right window pane is where you have to look to see actual individual files. But what I'm going to do is I want to go into my documents folder, and then now for my purposes, I keep my files by semester and then by class. So I'm going to go ahead and go there, but you're going to be in your documents folder. If I look at the path window across the top, I see this PC and then documents, and then I have an empty folder here. Ignore the one document, an empty folder that into which I'm going to create my primary folder. So for you, it's going to be in your documents folder, and then you're going to create your one primary folder and your 11 subfolders. So with this empty window inside my documents folder, I'm going to go up to my ribbon, and in the new category, yes, new group, I'm sorry, I'm going to click on new folder. Now, what shows up in my right window pane is a place for me to type the name of this new folder. You can actually see there's an icon to the left there that is the folder. And so I'm going to type CPT 101, first initial, last name, and then press enter. Now, this is the one primary folder that should now be in your documents folder or on your flash drive, if that's what you're using, thumb drive or flash drive or any external saving device that you're using. And then I want to click into that folder, CPT 101 M. Wilson. So I'm going to double click to open it. Now, that's a new folder and I've not put anything in there. If I look up here across my path window, I see this PC, documents, and then CPT 101 M. Wilson. So that's the last folder that's listed up here. And I know that that's the folder I'm sitting in right here. And it's in this folder where I want to create these 11 subfolders. So let's use a different way. I could still go up here to my ribbon and click on new folder, but I can also right click in this blank area, select new, and then select folder. And I get that same window into which I can type the first name, and it's number 1, Windows 10, and then I'll press enter. Now, so I've created the first folder. Notice the name of the folder as I typed it. I put the 1 in there, and if you look at the instructions over here in the left window pane, in the left side of my monitor, you see that each of these folders is started with a number. And these are real important because it's these numbers that will keep the folders in the same order in which we will use them during the semester. So be sure that you're putting these numbers as the first character when you create the folder names. So I'm back over here on the right side of the monitor, and I'm going to right click in the empty space, click new folder, and I'm going to type 2 filing system. I better type it correctly, spell it correctly, filing system, and enter. Now I want 9 more subfolders. Right click, new folder, 3 Word Chapter 1, enter. Right click, new folder, 4 Computer Concepts, Web, enter. Right click, new folder, 5 Word Chapter 2, enter. Right click, new folder, 6 Excel Chapter 1, enter. Right click, new folder, 7 Excel Chapter 2, enter. Right click, new folder, 8 Computer Concepts, Networking, enter. Right-click, New, Folder, 9, Access Chapter 1, enter. Right-click, New, Folder, 10, PowerPoint, Chapter 1, enter. And the last one, right-click, New, Folder, 11, PowerPoint, Chapter 2, enter. Now, be sure that you proofread these. Make sure that you've got the correct spelling and everything, and that you have those numbers as the first characters when in your label, in your folder label. If you make a mistake anywhere, all you have to do is to right-click on the label that you want to change, and you get a pop-up, and come down here and click Rename. Then all you have to do is to click where it is that in there that you want to rename it, fix it, and then press Enter again, and you will have corrected it. Okay, so now I've got my system created. Now I've got to take that picture that I need to send in to submit so that this project can be scored. First thing I want to do is set up my left window pane. I want to find that CPT 101, in my case, ML Wilson, and I want to click on the arrow to the left of it. When I click the arrow, now in the left window pane, I can see all of the folders that are inside that. In order to see them in the right window pane, I would click on the folder name itself, and it shows then all of the folders inside that. I don't, the directions, and I just did something incorrectly. The directions don't require that I show these subfolders in the left window pane. So I actually can click that arrow again, and all I'm seeing is the CPT 101 ML Wilson in the left window pane, and then the subfolders in the right window pane. If you look across at the path window, I'm in this PC, and I'm in Documents, and then I'm in CPT 101 M Wilson, and here's the folders that are inside here. So I have this set up now so that I can see what I created, and this is what I want to take a picture of. I'm going to come down here, lower left corner of my monitor, where it says type here to search, and I'm going to type snip. We're going to use the snipping tool to take a picture. Do not submit a screenshot or a print screen, whatever you want to call it. Don't do that. The project here is to teach you to use the snipping tool in order to take a picture of a portion of the screen that you have. So I've got the screen set up the way that I want it. On my snipping tool window, I'm going to click New. Now notice that it sort of puts what looks like a gray film across my monitor, and it gives me a new pointer. The pointer looks like a large plus sign. I'm going to take that pointer and position it in the upper left-hand corner of my folder of my file management system. File Explorer is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to click and drag to draw an outline around the picture that I want to take. So I'm still holding the my mouse button down. I've not let go of it yet. I want to make sure that I can see in the left window pane that CPT 101 ML Wilson, and then in the right window pane see all 11 subfolders that I created. Those columns need to be wide enough that when you submit it to me, by the time I get it, I can see the entire name of the label. That becomes very important, because if I can't see the entire label, I don't know that you did it correctly. So once I can see them, I'm going to let go of the mouse, and now this is the picture that was taken, and it's showing it to me. I'm inside my snipping tool now. So next thing I have to do is to save this document. Now, if I go back over here on the instructions, and I can go down to the last page, I guess, number 11, and it tells me how to name my file. So I'm back over here in the snipping tool window, and I'm going to go up to the top where it says File. I'm going to click on File, and I'm going to select Save As. When I click Save As, it opens my file system. I'm going to go over to the right-hand side, click the arrow next to Documents. Now, just give me a minute to go find, here's my CPT 101. Hold on. I want to open it the correct. Okay, so I've got, here is my CPT 101 folder. And when I click into in the left-hand side, when I click on the folder itself, it opens up the opens up the file, the primary folder, so I can see my subfolders, and I want to click into Filing System. So I am in this PC, Documents, CPT 101 ML Wilson, and then I can see my filing system, number 2 filing system. When I double click there, now I'm inside that folder. I can see the name there, but it's empty because I haven't saved anything yet. So I'm going to come down here to the file name, and now I want to save the folder, and it's supposed to be my last name underscore Mary Lou underscore first name, and then CPT 101 underscore filing underscore system underscore part underscore 1. So I've got CPT 101. I've got an error in there. Let's correct that. Filing system part 1. Once I have that name correctly typed there, I know that I'm in that filing system folder, then I can click Save. Now, here's the picture of it again. I'm back in the snipping tool, so I'm going to just close that snipping tool, because what I want to do is to go back in here to the to the File Explorer system, and here's my CPT 101 ML Wilson. I'm in that folder. Let's open Filing Systems, and there's the document that I just saved. That's the one that I'm going to submit. So I can close that File Explorer window. I'm going to come back over to the, close the instructions. I'm going to come back over to the Filing System Project Part 1 of 2 window, because now I'm going to come down to the Add a File. When I click on Add a File, again, I've got to go navigate to where I saved that file. So it's in my computer, and I'm going to upload. Now here's my file. Here's that File Explorer again. And this time I want to go to Documents. I want to make sure I get to the right place. Here's and here's my CPT 101 ML Wilson. I'll open that. It's in Filing System, and there's the document that I want to submit. So I'm going to click on the document. I can check down here under File Name to make sure I've got the correct document, and then I'm going to click on Open. Now, I want to check again before I upload it, before I add it. I've got the right folder in there. Then I can click Add. I'm going to check one more time. Here's the folder that I submitted, and there's the name. That's the correct name. So I know that I've put that into the Dropbox. The last thing I need to do, first of all, make any comments that you want to. You're welcome to do that. And then I can click Submit. Now, I just want to check one more time. I am back in my assignments window, and here's my submission. I've got a submission ID, and I can see the file that I submitted. Now, although we're not going to redo this after I've scored it, you can submit a document as many times as you want. So if you think after you've submitted it, whoops, I made a mistake, you can go back and correct the mistake, take another picture of it, and resubmit it. as long as the due date has not passed. So it'll take as many submissions as you want to put in there. I will always score the last folder, the last file that you submitted. And then I can click done down here at the bottom, and I've got it. I've submitted it. Now, that's all of this one. If you have any questions, give me a call, give me a holler, let me know what I can do to help. You all take care, and I'm going to end the recording here. Thank you very much.